A ripple effect has been produced throughout the cryptocurrency industry as a result of the announcement that Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has been officially summoned to testify before the United States Congress. Hearings like this are not at all typical in any way. A seismic shift, XRP, and the future of financial sovereignty in the United States are all alluding to the fact that the headline is the only thing that is being discussed. For the very first time in the history of the world, a chief executive officer of a cryptocurrency company is being called not as a defendant in an ongoing investigation, but rather as an expert advisor at the highest level of government. The fact that this hearing will be a defining moment in the history of digital assets, and more specifically for XRP alone, is supported by every reason to assume that it will be a watershed moment. Legal conflicts are only one aspect of the situation. There are many others as well. In order to assess whether or not XRP will play a significant role in the stability of the financial system in the United States and its position as a leader in technological innovation, a vote is currently being held in the public sphere. Brad Garlinghouse's name is prominently printed under the title of the hearing in the official summons document that has been obtained and inspected. This document was obtained by the court. The formality of the circumstance draws attention to the seriousness of the issue the position is in. The committees that make up the United States Congress do not approach experts with a casual attitude. This phrase is pretty easy to understand. Rather than only observing Ripple's proposed use of XRP as a strategic asset, Congress is actively engaging in the process. This is in contrast to the situation in which Congress merely observes Congress. This turns the story on its head, turning the attention away from the shadow of lawsuits and regulatory uncertainty and toward a discourse that is based on national interests and the future of the financial system. This is a significant innovation. You may, however, be curious about the reason why this is going place at this particular time. When it comes to the problem of national security, the answer can be found in the fact that Congress is paying a growing amount of attention to the regulation of cryptocurrencies. Legislators are becoming increasingly aware of the fact that the financial infrastructure of the future will be based on digital innovation, and that it is of the utmost significance to maintain the United States leadership in this field. This realization is causing legislators to become more and more aware of the topic. As other nations move forward with their own blockchain efforts and digital currencies, the United States is coming under greater pressure to capitalize on the potential of assets such as XRP in order to safeguard its financial sovereignty. This pressure occurs when other nations move forward with their own blockchain initiatives and digital currencies. Within this paradigm, the technology and network that Ripple possesses are no longer purely commercial efforts. Rather, they are tools of strategic maneuvering within the geopolitical environment. Ripple is recognized as a global leader in the cryptocurrency industry. One of the things that sets this hearing apart from others is the message that it sends to the cryptocurrency community as a whole, as well as to the stock market. To tell you the truth, this is the exact opposite of a crackdown that the government is about to implement. The United States Congress is recognizing Garlinghouse as a key specialist in the world of cryptocurrency. Rather than identifying Ripple as a legal opponent, XRP is transformed from a disputed asset into a product that has the potential to become an integral component of the financial infrastructure of the United States. As a result of this, there is a clear indication that Washington is taking you seriously when they invite you to join in the discussion because of your presence at the table as an expert. We believe that key members of Congress will have a fruitful discourse with Brad during the entirety of the conference when the next hearing takes place. As a result of our examination of the questions that they have provided, we have discovered that the majority of them recognize the significance of the contributions that XRP and Ripple have made to the development of financial innovation. The scalability and security of the XRP ledger, its potential role in cross-border payments, and the ways in which it might assist the United States in competing with other countries that are seeing significant growth in their digital economies throughout the world are some of the themes that are the focus of these concerns. This hearing is being held with the intention of bringing attention to the significance of XRP and its relationship to the strategic objectives of the United States federal government. Therefore, the market attitude is already being influenced by this shift in narrative, which is moving away from adversarial litigation and towards strategic cooperation. This shift is heading in the opposite direction of the previous narrative. The prospect that positive sound bites from Congress could go viral, which would result in a boost in the number of new cryptocurrency investors, is a topic that is receiving a lot of speculation on social media and in cryptocurrency news sites where it is being discussed. The market has a history of reacting in a swift and forceful manner anytime government leaders publicly approve of developing technology or even engage constructively with it. This trend has been observed numerous times throughout history. Because of the expectation alone, it is projected that the price of XRP will double overnight, and many people anticipate that it will continue to grow in the weeks that follow the hearing. This is because of the anticipation surrounding the hearing. On the other hand, this is not only a factor that affects the price fluctuation. There is a possibility that this hearing will mark a significant turning point in the way that lawmakers and the general public see digital assets. When the problem is framed as one of national significance, there is a possibility that it would serve as a model for future crypto projects, proving that innovation and regulation are not mutually exclusive. This would be a demonstration of the fact that innovation and regulation are necessary. The ramifications of this situation are not restricted to XRP alone. It is likely that we are witnessing the beginning of a new era in which cryptocurrency is woven into the fabric of the financial sovereignty and security of the United States of America. Ripple and Brad Garlinghouse are presented with a task as well as an opportunity on a personal level as a result of this hearing. The XRP ledger has a number of technological benefits, including its speed, low cost, and energy efficiency, and this affords an opportunity to highlight those benefits. Ripple has the opportunity to share its vision for the future of payments and to explain how XRP may help to the establishment of a financial system that is more resilient and sovereign. This opportunity presents itself. To continue in this manner, it is a challenging endeavor to address any regulatory concerns that have not been handled and to satisfy lawmakers over compliance, transparency, and the robustness of the ecosystem. It is for this reason that Ripple has put together a team of specialists, legal advisors, and technological professionals in order to prepare for the subsequent judicial action by generating convincing testimony and supporting documentation. Without a doubt, this is not a company that operates in the shadows. In point of fact, it is an attempt to that the stakes are exceedingly high is something that you are aware of. Specifically, this is the case not only for Ripple, but also for the entire ecosystem of digital assets in their entirety. In the event that this attempt is successful, it may have the potential to open the door to more broad adoption as well as regulatory frameworks that are more transparent. In the event that the endeavor is unsuccessful, on the other hand, it may bring about an extension of ambiguity and a delay in acceptance by the majority. Furthermore, we believe that this hearing will receive a significant amount of coverage from the media due to its importance. The fact that a crypto CEO is brought to the notice of Congress in such a prominent manner is something that is really peculiar. There is a high probability that the mainstream press will present this as a significant occurrence, one that bridges the gap between disruptive technology and national policy. This is a possibility that cannot be discounted. As a consequence of this, there is a possibility that there will be an increase in the number of educational programs and a more expansive understanding among the general public of what XRP is and, more significantly, why it is significant. When one takes into consideration the potential outcomes of the hearing, it is likely that the policy outcomes could be highly transformative. If the Congress of the United States of America views XRP to be a tool for national security, then it is possible that legislation will be enacted that supports its adoption into government payment systems, infrastructure for international transactions, or even efforts involving digital dollars or digital currencies. This would result in a rise in the legitimacy of XRP, as well as the opening of new doors for institutional use of the cryptocurrency. Imagine for a moment that the blockchain technology behind XRP is being leveraged by federal authorities in order to facilitate financial transactions that are both more transparent and more expedient. Discussions regarding the future are taking place in these rooms at the moment. Nevertheless, in spite of the fact that this seems to be a positive turn of events, the hearing additionally raises substantial questions around governance and oversight. The United States Congress will be interested in receiving assurances that the XRP network is secure, long-lasting, and resistant to manipulation. They are going to inquire about the manner in which Ripple aims to collaborate with regulatory organizations, as well as the manner in which the decentralized character of the network would safeguard national interests. In order to maintain trust and ensure that the technology satisfies the requirements of both inventors and the general public, Brad Garlinghouse will be expected to provide responses that are not just understandable but also persuasive.